Welcome back to another episode of Cocktails and Tea. I am your host, Shari. How you guys doing this week? How you week treating you? Good, I hope, honey. Alright, today's episode is all about self-care. Child, self-care is so important. Self-care is important because it is important to love and care for yourself first. Honey, if you are depleted, then you have nothing to give anybody in any capacity. You understand? So, self-care is very important, In the words of my grandmother and my mother, really, they always say, nobody can take care of you better than you. Okay? Now, with that being said, honey, you're 21 years old or older, then please do get your cocktails ready, honey, and come and partake with me. If you are not, then go and get you some tea. Go and get you some water, baby. Go and get you some juice. But come on back. Alright? The first thing that I think I want to say about self-care is that it is important to understand that you are in control of how you treat yourself. And I think also in a roundabout way that kind of teaches you to teach others how to treat you too. We teach others how to treat us, So with that being said, I think that you should choose to treat yourself with love and kindness and compassion and forgiveness. Yes, forgiveness, honey. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself, really. Forgiving yourself is... That's easier said than done. I'll give that to you. Easier said than done, but necessary. Just as necessary as forgiving others, I think that you should forgive yourself for, all of your mistakes. Forgive yourself for mistakes that you've made, mistakes you made while you were in survival mode, honey. Listen, I am still to this day, paying for mistakes that I made during survival mode. But forgiveness is necessary. Furthermore, it is required. Please. Okay, so self-care is not only, forgiveness, but it's also, in my opinion, reading a good book or flipping through your favorite magazine, honey. Audiobooks, baby. I live for the audiobook, honey. Jazz or podcast. Now, LeVar Burton has a podcast called LeVar Burton Reads. And let me tell you, when I say nostalgic, now if you are in my age group, I'm 30, or if you are a millennial, honey, then you know exactly how lit PBS used to be. And my favorite PBS show was Reading Rainbow. And now LeVar Burton has a podcast where he reads adult fiction. So nostalgic, so relaxing. You're able to lose yourself, honey, and just escape for a little while. For a little bit, honey. I'm telling you. Don't underestimate the power of escapism. Okay? Honey. Anyway, moving on. I think self-care is also enjoying your favorite snack or a bottle of wine or whatever your vice is, honey, and binge watching a show. Baby, my favorite's HBO. HBO always got the best shows. It's really not up for debate, honey. They got Emmys. They got Emmys to prove just how badass HBO is when it comes to television and TV shows, honey. But I think that taking a little time for yourself, ain't nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that, honey. Don't let people demonize you for that. Take some time for your child. You deserve it. You earned it. Self-care is also changing your thinking. Now, let me tell you something. This one right here, changing your thinking. I'm gonna say it one more time, because when I say this is an everyday struggle, for me, every day I'm battling myself. Changing your thinking, I believe you control your mind, you control your life. And if you're thinking positive, which again, my God, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. Easier said than done. Think about think about it like this. You have learned this behavior throughout your life. So you're unlearning 30 years of thinking a certain way. You know what I mean? You're unlearning all of that, honey. So learning to give myself a little grace when my thoughts ain't what it should be at that moment. I'm still new to this, but soon I'll be true to it, But what helps me is every now and then just checking in on my thoughts, checking in on what I'm thinking about, and just making sure really that it is positive. Baby, we don't have time for negativity. We try to build empires. We trying to reach goals. We got dreams we trying to fulfill, honey. Ain't nobody got time for negativity. So check in on your thoughts. And control your mind. Control your life. Remember that. Words to live by. Remember that. I think that self-care is also no longer allowing negative thoughts and feelings to drain you of your energy. Now listen, energy is one of those things. Energy, in my opinion, is all we have. Energy is everything. Energy is all we have. God is energy. So you must protect your energy at all costs. Now, we all have our different ways and methods of doing that. I think for me, protecting my energy is, honey, burning cannabis, burning sage, keeping certain crystals and stones around, praying. Ooh, do I pray? I know baby Jesus gets tired of me. I just know, but honey, I know God gets tired of me. I just know he do. But praying for sure helps with protecting your energy, asking God to protect your energy. But also being mindful of the energy that you allow around you. The energy that you're putting out. Being mindful that energy cannot be lost or destroyed, or energy can only be transferred. It can only be transferred. You can't destroy it, you can't lose it. It's just transfer, honey. So protect your energy, protect it at all costs. All right, moving on. Self-care is also affirmations. Honey, when I say I underestimated the power of affirmations, totally underestimated the power of affirmations. Affirmations is, you haven't seen Big Mary Jane. It's a show on BET starring Gabrielle Union called Being Mary Jane, and I think it's on Netflix right now, I believe. But that show where she would post, different quotes and affirmations to herself every day. And at first I thought it was weird. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was weird. But now I do that. My mirror is full of affirmations. Daily things that I say to myself, honey, that affirmations are good for like self. It's good for career. You can have career-driven affirmations, money affirmations. Just get you some affirmations, girl. Child. Get you some affirmations. I think that self-care is definitely how we speak to ourselves and about ourselves. You know, repeating daily affirmations, speaking of positivity to yourself every day builds confidence. Honestly, it helps me to keep going. And those times where it's hard to even get out of bed. And that's real. Affirmations keeps me going. Don't underestimate it, honey. Like I said, they're plastered all over my bathroom mirror, being Mary Jane style. Right? Get you some affirmations, but okay. Don't underestimate it. Don't underestimate the power of positivity and speaking positivity to yourself and over yourself. Amen. Okay. And with that, honey, we're gonna take a break. All right. And we're back. I also believe that self-care is, honey, looking good and feeling good. Okay. Get your mani and pedi. Honey, get them toes done. Get them nails done. Get your hair done. Buy you an outfit, honey. Go on and buy them shoes that's been in your online basket for months. Go on and buy them for yourself. Treat yourself. Again, I believe that the way you treat yourself, it set the standard for how others should treat you. Honey, if I'm not gonna mistreat me, baby, neither are you. I'm gonna say that again, honey. If I'm not gonna mistreat me, neither are you. Okay? Set the standard. Set the standard. I also think that this one, hold on, let me sip. Hold on. Oh, I don't even think I told y'all what cocktail I have. Okay, so this is just some whiskey. I told you I'm a whiskey, wine, and tequila girl. Any of my cocktails will probably be a variation of that because those are my favorites, and that's my business. But you get whatever you like. Whatever you like, honey, you have. But I just got me some whiskey with a splash of lemon. Give it a little flavor. Give it a little flavor, But this one right here, self-care is also saying no and being very, very unapologetic about it. Honey, no is a complete sentence. No, it's a complete sentence. Okay? When you say it, mean it. No, absolutely not. And that also means not explaining yourself. It's okay to not explain yourself to folks. You don't have to. Okay? Especially if they ain't putting in on this. Honey, if you ain't putting in on this, in no way, shape, form, no fashion, no explanation needed. I said no. And that's what I mean. Okay? Moving on. Okay. Self-care is also taking a break from social media. Listen, or not just social media, maybe just a whole tech break. Just a little tech detox. Just a little detox, Nothing that's gonna kill you, Just something that make you feel a little better. Honey, again, I feel like that also ties in with like protecting your energy, protecting what we see on social media. A lot of times you get your news from Facebook. I think most people nowadays, statistics show that they get their news from Facebook. So a little tech detox, a little social media detox, nothing is wrong with that. Listen, a couple weeks ago, I was forced to take a tech detox. I went without a phone for like 3 weeks. Honey, I was stuck in 1984 for like 3 weeks straight. And I was forced to take not just a social media detox, but also a tech detox. And that was the most relaxing 3 weeks. It was freeing. It was relaxing. I was able to think clearly. I was able to slow my thoughts down long enough to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do, I was able to actually think, without distractions. Sometimes technology can be a distraction. Sometimes social media can be a distraction. Sometimes that shit is negative. Also, watch what you're following, who you're following, what you're interacting with on social media, because, that can fuck up your energy too. And I got time for that, honey. We taking care of ourselves now, so a tech detox is, I think, necessary every now and then. Just try it. It won't kill you. It won't kill you if you don't respond, and if you don't like somebody's birthday post or somebody selfie when they looking the same in every fucking picture. Anyway, I'm being petty, but look, I just think that it won't kill you. It will not kill you to take a little detox from technology and or social media or all of the above, okay? Healing yourself. Self-care is definitely healing yourself. This one, I think we underestimate the power of healing. First, with knowing with healing yourself, we all have the same responsibility to heal ourselves, our past traumas, childhood traumas that we fucking cause, traumas that other folks cause, traumas that are caused just on the strength that you open your damn eyes today. You are responsible. We all have that responsibility to heal our traumas. Now, it's ugly. I'm not gonna lie. While it's beautiful and it's freeing and you feel better and you're able to cope with life better, you learn to cope with life better. In the process, honey, ugly. And it's hard and it's lonely. It forces you to be accountable. Hold on. I'm gonna say that again. It forces you to be accountable. To be accountable for yourself, for your feelings. But I believe that's part of the reason why it's ugly. Because a lot of times you don't want to it's hard to face yourself. It's hard to put a mirror up and say, well, these are the things that you need to change. Baby, that healing process is rough, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Furthermore, it's required. We all are required to do it. In the words of Beyond the Van saying, honey, do the work. Do the work. I'm smack dab in the middle of healing. And when I tell you it's ugly, it's ugly. But you still have to pull yourself together. Honey, put you some lipstick on, some liner. Pull yourself together. Because it's okay. It's going to be okay. I think that also a part of self-care and healing is speaking your truth. Also unapologetically. This is also ugly. The truth is ugly. The truth is very ugly. But lies damn kill. Lies motherfucking kill. You hear me? The truth is ugly. But lies kill. You know. And just a little disclaimer. You know, when speaking your truth and to others that are on the receiving end of someone speaking their truth, understand this, that if it makes you feel a little way, or it makes you upset, and it makes you upset to hear me speak my truth, or to hear my truth, just imagine how it feels living with it. I'm just saying, like, living with it is not, that is also not fun. So, you know, just food for thought. That if it hurts you to hear it, that it hurts to live with it too. Okay, so I must speak it. I must speak it, okay? It is required. Listen, feelings get hurt every day, B. Every day. And especially in the healing process. Everybody's feelings get hurt. My feelings get hurt. Your feelings get hurt. The person you speaking your truth to, feelings get hurt. Feelings get hurt every day. You know. But I must be able to sleep at night and to live with myself. And a part of healing is speaking your truth unapologetically. So it is what it is. And moving on. Okay. I also believe that self-care is letting go of how folks perceive you. This is also one that's, honey, this whole podcast episode is easier said than done, but it's necessary, honey, and it's all a part of caring for yourself. Again, if you don't care for you, I believe that nobody will. And nobody can care for you better than you. For real. You and you alone are the only constant person in your life. People grow apart. People betray one another. There are endless reasons that people disconnect. So with that being said, you are the only constant person in your life until you close your eyes. So take care of your damn self. Take care of yourself. You know, and put you first. Unapologetically. Because again, if you're depleted, how are you going to have anything to give to anybody? I'm just saying, food for thought. But back to self-care is letting go of how folks perceive you. The version of you that people create in their minds, the version of you that folks create, that is not your responsibility, and furthermore, it's none of your damn business. Again, the version of you that people create in their minds is not your responsibility, nor is it any of your business. You know, let it go. Let it go. Mostly because you have no control over it. You have no control over how people perceive you, honey, how people receive you. You have no control of that. So let it go. You know, I know it's hard. It is hard, honey. When I say through this whole podcast, I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to us, honey. We have to let it go. We have no control over it. Just let it go, honey. Be you. Unapologetically. Okay? They'll get with it. Okay? Be you. This one right here is probably one of my favorite self-care items on here, and that is meditate. Just like affirmations, I also underestimate the power of meditation. Honey, of stillness, of taking time to be mindful, to be grateful, to listen. Meditation, that's what it is for me anyway. I think that is the only time your soul takes a rest for just a little while. It's the only time you're still enough that you're listening, that you're listening to yourself, your thoughts slow down enough where you can listen. But I also think that that's the only time where that's the time where you can speak to God. Not the only time, but that's the time where you can speak to God, and he'll talk back. But you have to listen, still yourself, quiet your mind. Now I know what you're saying, but Shari, my thoughts, I can't slow my thoughts down. I can't stop my brain. Honey, neither can I. And I don't think any of us technically can, like, unless you're enlightened, and congratulations, because you that bitch. But other than that, how I started was like those guided meditation videos. Now, there are apps for that, like Calm or Aurora or Headspace, but they all cost, honey. You gotta pay for those. But if you like me and your money's circulating, and it haven't quite met you again just yet, I'm gonna sip to that. Hold on. There is YouTube, honey. When I say YouTube is where you get all your blessings. It's like the 99 cents though. It's where you get your blessings. YouTube. All this free content to enjoy. And all folks want you to do is like, share, subscribe, or comment. YouTube is where you get your blessings. There are countless guided meditation videos on YouTube. To start with, it teaches you how to breathe. I think an important part of self-care and meditation is learning breath work and learning how to breathe through anxiety, breathe through triggers. Oh my God. Triggers. Honey, disrespect is a big trigger for me. Hey, hold on, let me replenish my libations. Hold on for a second. Disrespect is a big trigger for me. And when I say at work, if you saw my first episode, then you know what I mean by trigger. Disrespect is a big trigger for me. And the line of work that I'm in at the moment, it don't help. It don't help. But breathing through that and learning breath work, learning to breathe through that, learning to count. There are countless days that a couple of my co-workers, and I was feeling anxious and I was about to have a whole panic attack at work, and a couple of my co-workers, two in particular, and y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all. We will go to the freezer, honey, and we will breathe through that shit. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to y'all, and thank you to breath work, and thank you to meditation, honey, because it saved me from punching a lot of people in the face. Like meditation and medicating, cannabis helps me from punching a lot of people in the face in real life, and that's all the way real. Hold on for a second, let me replenish my libations. So get you some meditation. Get you some meditation in your life. I think we all should meditate, honey. I wish they would carve out a time and work for me to meditate, even like a 10-minute meditation session, so I could just go back to work and give you my all. Maybe corporations should think about that. Give me like a 10-minute break to like meditate and get my shit together, so I won't punch none of your guests in the face and lose my job and livelihood. Listen, anyway, moving on. Self-care is also setting boundaries. Setting boundaries, not only setting boundaries, but also sticking to them and enforcing them. Honey, easier said than done. And again, this is another thing that tests my self-care. It tests my spiritual journey, is the setting the boundaries, honey. When I say it's a struggle, especially when it comes to men. Honey, daddy issues is a whole thing. I'm going to do a show on that too. I'm going to have to, because there's too many of us out here with this struggling. And I want to let you know, baby, that you're not alone. You're not alone. But setting boundaries is necessary, and enforcing them is even more important than setting them. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable at first, especially again when it's with someone whom you've had a connection with or relationship with, and y'all had a certain relationship, and now you're kind of restricting that. You're setting boundaries, and it's not always received well, but they be okay, honey. You build a bridge and you get over that shit. Because it is what it is. This is what it is. This is the new way. You know, we are putting ourselves first. And if you're doing something to hurt me, and I set some boundaries, and I enforce them, and you don't like them, you know what you can do. You can exit stage left. Yes, you can. We're not sacrificing our happiness for anybody, because again, you are the only constant person in your life until you close your eyes. Okay? Now, my last point for self-care is this. Self-care is learning to be in a state of constant surrender and not being tied to a specific outcome. Again, when I say I'm talking to both of us, I'm talking to you and me, because I struggle with this one. Setting goals and being tied to how they're supposed to unfold, or setting or having dreams and being tied to how they are supposed to unfold. You setting yourself up. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for disappointment, because things never happen the way, we have them in our head. That is why it is important to just surrender. You go on an audition and you give your all and you surrender the rest. Easier said than done. Honey, you put your podcast out for the world to see and to listen. And you surrender. And you surrender to the fact that it'll unfold the way it's supposed to. not the way you have it in your head, but the way it's meant to, the way it's written to. You know, again, easier said than done, but again, necessary, very necessary to be in a constant state of surrender. Honey, let go and let God. God got us, honey. God got us, honey. Let go and let God. And with that, we're going to take another break. All right, and we're back. So, wrapping up, self-care comes in all forms. You know, it could be taking a day trip, amen, which I am in the need of. Not just a day trip, I mean just a vacation in general. Okay. Just a break, you know. But it could be, self-care can also be doing something fun or creative. I am such a creative girl, honey. Writing is my safe space. Stand up is my safe space. Now, really, this podcasting is my safe space. You know, I'm quite enjoying this experience so far, I have to be honest. But self-care could, like I said, it comes in all forms. And it could also be spending time with your family, you know, the people who care most about you, which I also need to do, long overdue. Or doing absolutely damn nothing and being unapologetic about that. That is also self-care. Time to rejuvenate and recharge and recover, honey, because life is hard, honey. All the re's fit into this. All the re's, honey, fit into self-care. All of the re's fit into self-care. Okay. I think that you should make self-care to you in your lifestyle and whatever you got going on in your life, you know. Because again, you know, I don't think that you can help others, and you can't be there for others if you're depleted. So do all the re's: recharge, rejuvenate, refocus, all the re's, and practice self-care. And not only practice self-care, but prioritize self-care. I know I do. Now. And when I say I feel so much better, I'm able to think clearly. I don't even think that I would have been able to produce this podcast had I not prioritized self-care. You know, because life is chaotic. And, you know, you need to take care of yourself. You know, to get through this thing called life. Honey, there's no blueprint, really. I mean, you know, people would say the Bible. I would say the Bible too, but, you know, there are books that are missing. You know. I love the Bible, but I would also like to read the books that are missing. Just saying. Anyway. There's a meme that I saw a couple of weeks ago that I feel kind of ties in with this whole self-care topic, and that is, I'm going to read to you what the meme was, and that is, and then I learned the spiritual journey had nothing to do with being nice. It was about being real and authentic, having boundaries, honoring my space first, others second. And in this space of self-care, being nice just happened. It flowed, not motivated by fear, but by love. You know, and that that really hit me. That punched me in the gut right there. And I was like, self-care is a priority. Self-care is a priority. And I hope that within this podcast, within this episode, that you will be inspired to put yourself first, that you will be inspired to implement self-care into your everyday life, and prioritize it, And with that being said, honey, we are done. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Cocktails and Tea. I had so much fun talking self-care, honey. If you want to reach me, please visit my website at cocktailsandteapodcast.com. There you could connect with me on Instagram, on YouTube. You can see a couple of my stand-up videos on YouTube also. Or you could just send me a note. Honey, send me a comment. Tell me how you like the podcast. I respond. I talk back, boo. So please send me a message and let me know how you're liking the podcast so far. And just maybe send me a message and let me know what your self-care regimen is and what self-care means to you. Talk to me, honey. I'll talk back, okay? And I want to leave you with this. So I want to leave you with a quote. And I think we're going to call this little segment Shots for the Road. And the reason why I'm going to call it Shots for the Road is because first, I got it from Rihanna. And we live in a Beyonce Rihanna world. Let's face it, it is what it is. Get into it, okay? But the reason why I want to call it Shots for the Road is because I want to give you an inspirational quote or song lyric that is just badass or inspirational that you could take with you in your everyday life and marinate on it for how long you need to, boo. Okay? So today's quote for our self-care episode it's a Rumi quote. And it says, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. And with that, honey, until next Wednesday, cheers. And don't forget to put your damn self first. Okay? And take care of your damn self. And I'll see you next Wednesday. I had so much fun. Thank you. Don't forget to visit cocktailsandteapodcast.com. Thank you so much. Have a good one.